I'm ordering a pizza. A big Irish pizza. Never heard of that before, Jackie boy, but anyway, normally it's mozzarella, pepperoni, all that other Hawaiian pish, but never an Irish pizza. What would be on that? A pint of Guinness? Car bombings?
A big bazooka.
A big bazooka, damn it. But
rocket launchers.
I appreciate the line.
This was spicy. This was like a jalapeno only pizza.
I appreciate the line for Jack's, but it kind of felt weird. I'm ordering a big Irish pizza.
Yeah, I don't know what Jack's think. I don't know why Jack's is comparing a pizza to a rocket launcher, but fair play.
Fair play to him. And let's look at the free facts, troops. We lost a few characters this episode, but the title refers to Call of Duty, because of course it's called Call of Duty, so reference what just says, damn, it seems like I should like my war games.
It's just a shame that Kozik never got a slice of this
pizza.
Irish pizza.
Well, he got a slice of his own.
Damn.
Split into 16 slices. Anyway, fact number 2.
Extra large.
Last appearance of Kozik. What was on his toms? A bit of cut. Some
lots of ham.
Bleach blonde hair.
Tomato sauce.
Right. And then third, last appearance of Georgie Caruso, brother. Georgie's deed. But anyway, it's our Call of Duty to bring you this review, and we kick off with Jax. He's by Tara's bedside. She's the one apologising for losing it yesterday. Was she justified?
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day,
her career's done, her life's done, and she now thinks at this moment in time she's going to be stuck in Charming. The one thing she didn't want, and the one thing Jax promised wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But her life has took a cruel twist of fate, version 1 style.
Let's be real though, if they never got into bed with the cartel, her hand wouldn't have got crushed. That's exactly why this has happened.
Well, I mean, I think
Jax has sold his own fucking...
To be fair, I think all the bad shit's happened because of the cartel.
Yep, and Jax... Who would have thought that fault would have had so much consequences, damn it,
But even the downfall of Clay is probably down to the cartel as well. And just the greed and the pressure's been getting
I would
to him.
say pretty much every single death from this point on is directly or indirectly caused by the cartel.
I would say so. No, because pretty much. I think Clay's heel turn is down to the cartel, isn't it?
Yeah, no, every single death is down to the cartel. Now, some people comment, oh, but the cartel didn't kill Opie, they didn't kill Bobby, but everything stems from it.
Yeah. Basically.
Like, that's just the way shit goes. Like, you can look at numerous TV shows where one act.
All the deaths is just basically spillage from the cartel.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But talking of spillage, Gemma's face is spilled. It's bruised and battered.
1 tree, 20 roots.
Aye, well, I mean, Gemma's face is split into about a gazillion. Gemma's face looks like Kozik.
Probably looks worse than Kozik, to be fair.
Well, it probably does look like Kozik, but Wayne answer. He slept on the couch, right? We get to see later on in the episode where Clay points out that...
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there was actually a decent amount of Kozik's patch left.
I don't think it was. Wait, no, because he wasn't wearing his patch, that's why.
Oh, that explains it then.
Yeah, the patches are pretty indestructible, like, but I mean, I'm willing to bet a landmine would blow the shit out of it, but she points out to Answer that I'll handle Clay and that Clay would kill if it came to that, but I won't let it happen. Is Gemma going to handle Clay? I think if Gemma was going to handle Clay, it was when she had him at gunpoint, and she still lost.
Yeah, she had him at gunpoint. Well, she tried to shoot him, to be fair. Or did she?
I think it was more of a
warning shot.
I think it was more
panic.
No, it
reflex.
Yeah, I'd say it was more of a reflex. Like, holy fuck, he's about to expose me, and she shot it like out of fucking pure react.
Did Clay shoot his fist at her? Reflex.
Maybe potentially. But we've got Tig, he's like, right, Clay, what happened? Did you get it undealt with Gemma? He's like, no. He's like, you won't tell me nothing no more. He's like, you and Fat Elvis. I didn't marry you two. He's like, you did, kinda
You did, technically there. I mean, Clay hasn't really told Tig shit in a long time. No. Why does Tig think all of a sudden Clay's going to spill the beans over his fucking personal life with Gemma?
I get it, right? Bobby and Tig were close with Clay, especially in the first 3 seasons, but I think to a degree Clay's right. It's like, what the fuck do they want from him?
No, but I think under normal circumstances, fair enough. But I think with everything going down,
true.
I think they are entitled to ask.
I think Clay's absolutely been wrong. He has shut them out, but I think the way Bobby and Tig go about it, it does come across as very whiny and high schooly. Especially Bobby. I don't think Tig as much. Like, Tig's clearly joking here when he's like, yeah, you did kind of marry us, actually. I'm your right hand, Clay. You dumb bastard. But, yeah, Margaret Murphy then notices Gemma's face. He's like, oh, I'm sure Clay's mother said the same about him when she was backing up Jax. Is that, I mean, come on.
But no, I don't like the way Margaret Murphy here is almost insinuating that Gemma's some innocent victim here and that she's been beat up and that her husband's a wife beater.
It's almost about feminism kicking in, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like, let's be real, Gemma gives as good as she gets.
Yeah.
And she did fucking shoot a gun at Clay and she struck Clay first. Now, obviously, I think Clay went way over line with what he done. But, I mean, let's not pretend like Gemma was completely innocent here and Clay just came home and decided he was going to take his frustrations out on Gemma and slap her around. No. I mean, that's not what happened.
No.
I mean, see, like, by law, I mean, if someone tried to fucking shoot you and then hit you while having a gun in their possession, Clay would be fucking justified here. Alright, they would say you used too much force, but initially it would be self-defense.
And she didn't even have to go to the hospital.
Well, I think she kind of did to go to the hospital.
She kind of did, to be fair. But talking of who had to go to the hospital, Wendy appears for the first time since the season 1 finale. And what do we make of Wendy's return? Could this show have went on without Wendy's return? Absolutely. It wasn't a necessity to bring her back.
What, though, it doesn't feel like she's been gone this long.
No.
And I think it's weird that the entire time Abel was gone, we never got an appearance from Wendy.
True, but I guess it wasn't really public knowledge. Hadn't hit the papers, so to speak. But
do you think that's something that Jack should have reached out? Or I guess you could argue he had more important things on his mind. But do you think someone should have told Wendy, or do you think at that point they just didn't think Wendy was going to...
No, because Jax didn't want anything to do with it at this point.
Do you think Wendy...
It was more Tara was Abel's mum.
Do you think everyone just believed that Wendy was out their life at this point?
Aye. That's why this was such a shock. She says, I want to get to know my son. And Tara's like, and you thought now was the best time. Me, in here, hand crippled. Good night, substance abuse junkie bastard. What the fuck are you doing? And then she starts smashing her cast. Filthy Phil's like, I don't know what happened. She said she was family. And then Gemma's like, junkie bitch. Which I liked. Gemma kind of hints that now she can manipulate Wendy. Because obviously Tara's trying to pull away with Jackson. I think it's mad though that Gemma would rather Wendy at this stage just simply to keep them in charming.
Yeah, plus it's not completely like Tara's the one that's manipulating Jax. Jax at this point seems to want out just as much as Tara.
Yep.
I mean, you can make a case he wants out more.
Aye, absolutely.
You could make it. I mean, I don't recall Tara being the one that was trying to like force Jax out.
No.
Jax is basically the one that says to Tara, look, I don't want this for my boys, I want out of here.
I think they've done that in a way, because it would suck if Jax didn't really want it, and the reason he's for it for this cartel deal is because Tara wanted him out. That'd be weak.
Yeah, but like you could almost understand that. You could understand Gemma's reasoning a bit more if it was mainly Tara that wanted out, and that's why she was backing Wendy. But Jax wants out whether Wendy or Tara are involved.
No, very true.
He said that he wants to get his sons out of this. He doesn't want his sons to grow up, and he's expressed regret about telling Opie to stay.
Yeah, I think
so. Jax is clearly wanting out as well.
But see, once Jax has put the idea in Tara's head, she's within her right to always want out. Like I don't think we should pretend or kid on that this was all Tara's idea. And even in the later seasons, like a lot of it does get pinned on Tara, but it's Jax that put the snowball in motion. And realises it by the end. But anyway, let's talk about Kozik, because it's his first appearance since episode 3. Now, why is that? Apparently he was up north, but we all know it was because the actor was filming another TV show. I believe it was SWAT. I'm not burying SWAT, right? But surely Sons is a bigger gig than SWAT.
True, but I mean, there's just times in people's careers where you hear stories about how they'll ask to be written out a show. And it does come across as surprising because you're thinking, you're giving up a good role and a good show here for something else. But
see, I've seen a lot. We'll get the Kozik.
For example, like Frank if you take The Walking Dead, for example, Dale, the guy that plays Dale, wanted it written out because of Frank Darabont, and then you had Michael Rooker who wanted it out because he didn't like the direction his character was going. And at that point, The Walking Dead was doing like 6, 7, 8 million. I mean, it was a very popular show.
Yeah.
It is strange for an actor to be asked to be killed off a show that is not only very successful, but is also growing. And I refuse to believe that SWAT is even a fraction as popular as Sons of Anarchy was.
No.
So I do think.
I think he is one of the more main characters on it here, but
So yeah, maybe he's getting a bigger role.
I don't know where they would have killed Kozik off if they didn't kill him off this episode, right? But I'm willing to bet Kozik could have.
I think he could have made it to the end.
Yeah, I think Kozik could have been in fucking Mayans for all we know.
Could it? But he wasn't.
Because.
Well, he might have been in Mines in little pieces. I don't know. He didn't get to Mines holder.
Because, we'll never know, right? I think. I would, if I was at Comic Con or whatever and Kurt Suiter's there, I think this is a sort of question to ask him. Because obviously, you can't ask him, oh, what would you have done with Opie? Because Opie was all supposed to die that way. People who else? Piney. That's the way they were supposed to die. But with Kozik, he's had to include that. I think this is a proper question to ask. But where would you have killed him off if it wasn't here? Could he have just been another casualty in the big war in season 7? Could Galen have killed him? Could Pope have killed him?
Possibly. I mean, you could have used them for a big major death later in season 5, 6, or 7, or he could have been someone that made it to the end. We don't know.
We'll never know. I think his dynamic with Tig would have worked well, especially going into later seasons.
But if you want to compare this to show for show, then we also had the same thing with Coco, who asked to be written out of Mines. He wanted to leave that.
Yeah.
No, but I would say that is different because Mines never had the popularity that Sons did. Plus, Mines was on the decline.
Yeah.
Plus, you can argue that the writing was poor in Mines. And I think they butchered Coco's character in season 3.
Yep.
Turning him into a drug addict. So I think you can definitely make a case as why Coco, the actor, would want out. But I don't really see why Kozik would want out.
No, Partfey wanting to go on SWAT, but essentially here he whips at the big guns. This is some Call of Duty type shit. Clay and Jackson meet with Romeo. He delivers the bodies of the guys that tried to kidnap Tara, and we believe it is the guys, but you thought it might not have been.
No, I don't think it is, because I'm pretty sure the guys were CIA, and I doubt they killed their own people. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, but it's a very dodgy CIA.
Yeah, no, but how hard would it have been for them just to get 3 random people? Because I'm pretty sure they were burnt as well. So I don't think Jax would have really been able to notice them.
Maybe that's why they burnt their faces. So Jax wouldn't have to know about it. But the club then meets. Jax says, right, I want to go in with Romeo and Parada and kill the Lobos myself. It's about Tara, not the club. Tig points out, though, that these are the assholes that killed Armando, shot up the clubhouse. We need to step in. Everyone essentially votes for it. Perfect. Then Clay has to ask Opie, and Opie's like, yeah, I'm in. Obviously, kind of completely falling out with Jax after the revelation last episode. But as they leave, who appears? Elliot Oswald, who's thought Clay was going to whip out the knife here, the scumbag, the raped your little girl. But no, he didn't. He didn't, because it's time for Charming Heights. Georgie failed to get the Asian investors to piss off. And guess what's happened? Charming Heights is a go. It's funny, right? Clay wanted Charming Heights not to happen, and then Jax wanted it to happen. What do you think was the correct decision?
I think it's the correct decision for us to go ahead.
But see, Clay's reasoning was he doesn't want outsiders coming in. He wants Charming to be controlled by Sam Crow. Jack's seen it as, well, you know what, if we get Charming Heights, then we can make money off the mechanic business. Telemodel can benefit off the contract.
I think that's Jax having a bit of vision and
legit business, so Clay's like, nah, fuck it.
Just very narrow-minded for Clay.
Yeah.
Clay's just living in the past, whereas I think Jax is trying to brighten the horizons, like you said. I think Jax was looking at that as being a potential way for Sam Crow to earn more legit money, give them more opportunities.
Yeah.
But Clay doesn't want that. Clay wants to be this charming town to be this little private town that the Sons basically police themselves, and that
a lot of people make it that it's down to race. Like, it's also as long as the brothers don't step inside. I don't think
Clay doesn't want white outsiders. He just doesn't want white. He doesn't want outsiders in general, whether they're white, black, or brown.
So Tig, Bobby, and Ope head off to deal with Georgie. Georgie admits to it, and then Bobby's like, "I'm not going to kill you." Then Tig and Opie open fire. They're the ones that kill Bobby. What do you make of Bobby Caruso? Decent character. Even if...
Charlie Caruso?
It's Georgie Caruso?
Oh, I definitely said Bobby. Charlie Caruso's for WWE, isn't she?
Aye.
Or used to be.
Point is, I think he's an alright character. I think the actor...
I think he was done dirty here.
Yeah, but Bobby said he wasn't going to kill him. Bobby didn't kill him.
Yeah, but they kind of gave him his word, didn't they? Like, I mean...
No, Bobby gave him his word. A big difference. But yeah, it was dirty, like, but it wasn't...
Come on, like, you're clutching at straws here.
No, but Bobby said, yeah, I'm not going to kill you. The other two didn't say anything. Oh, let's be real, he deserved to die. They had to go. He fucking jobbed him out in Charm. But see, is it not mad that Clay valued his life over Charming Heights compared to actually killing a member's old lady?
Yeah.
Clay thought the bigger problem was the fact he jobbed him out of Charming Heights.
No, I think that's season 4 Clay. I don't think earlier seasons Clay would have felt the same way.
No, he probably wouldn't have. But back.
But for now, it's all about money for Clay.
Yep. So basically, the Sons, along with the cartel, they go into the Lobo encampment. You just see how ruthless Romeo is here. And just starts fucking. And Juice is just getting like PTSD. Clay then decides to go in with Romeo into like the main camp. Jax then tells Kozik and Juice to back.
Mein Kampf.
Yeah, Mein Kampf. He tells Kozik and Juice to back up Clay. And yeah, he tells Kozik to back up Clay, and he should never have told Kozik to back up Clay.
No, didn't really work out well, this whole backing up Clay business.
Yeah, so Clay hears a click, and what I like about this is Clay recognises this as mines. I'm going to assume this is down to his experience in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Or also maybe just, experience in general, but I'm surprised Romeo wouldn't be aware of this.
Obviously, Kozik never made it to Vietnam.
No, Kozik did not make it to Vietnam.
Never made it back to Telemoro either.
Nope, he gets blown to a million smithereens. Pretty much everyone dies here apart from Juice, Romeo and Clay. Everyone gets blown up. Kozik takes a step. He's like, shit, you gotta be kidding me. And he just fucking blows up. His arm like cracks Juice up the face, which I thought was kind of funny, right? This death always gets buried, but I actually like it. Even though, right, yes, you could argue it's a rushed death because they wanted just to kill off Kozik because,
True, but you know what? At least they gave a pretty big character a death like this, because normally these deaths would be just reserved for no-namers or red shirts.
No, because to me this highlights the dangers of being in bed with the cartel.
Yeah,
it highlights the severity of this fucking war.
I was sad to lose Kozik, but at the same time, I thought it was pretty good that they killed off a pretty big character in this way.
Now, what I would say is, there was a few Tacoma members here that helped deliver the RPGs to Jax and Chibs. Maybe one of them could have been there as well, if you want to have more sons die, but for Kozik's death and for how sudden it was, I don't think Kurt Sutter could have done it any more perfect for me.
Yeah, no, I think he done a good job.
Like, what other way could this have happened? For me, yeah, now, I believe James Toner said he wants to comment on one of our polls, which will be, did they kill Kozik off too early or whatever, and he wants to voice his rage at this, or maybe it was the other way.
I think they did, but Kozik wanted to leave, so he can't really, what can they do?
Yeah, but Jackson makes a phone call, go to order a pizza, big Irish pizza. Then he gets the RPG. Chibs tells him the Irish are going to be pissed that we're using these big boy guns north of the border, big man.
But to just take a quick note on what James Toner said, I guess the only other way out of it is they could have maybe patched and transferred Kozik back to Tacoma. I know it wouldn't really make much sense considering he just came to Sam Crow, but maybe they could have argued, since Tacoma was playing an important part in the drugs, that they wanted to send Kozik down there to be there permanently, to be there full time.
See, Jax makes an
And with
interesting...
Armando gone, could Kozik potentially have been president?
Right, hold on here. That wasn't Tacoma. That was Arizona. Know your charters.
Damn. Alright, okay.
Point is, Jax makes an interesting point to Clay later where he says he almost made it out. Was there a patch over on the cards for Kozik? Or was he just referring to we're almost out of drugs and he's died?
Yeah, I caught that. I think maybe Kozik was looking to get out.
But that's never confirmed in here. I guess if he's dead, Sam Crow are never really going to be discussing in full detail about, if Kozik made it back. They're never going to do that, right? But anyway, Jax gets his big guns. Chibs is like, right, this is going to be causing problems for the Irish. Jack's like, well, it's a risk I'm willing to have to take. And Chibs is like, good, can't wait to blow the shit out of these greasy bastards.
Brilliant.
What the... You know what? It's actually I think it's almost one of the most surreal images in, like, TV, because when do you get a TV show, like, a gunfight with fucking RPGs?
Yeah, not really.
And like the fact that Chibs and Jax have fired them here, it's insane. You've got fucking limbs flying. And due to this, Lobos Sonora are pretty much finished off. Everyone is killed, and it leaves Juice, Clay, and Romeo having to go at the minefield. Clay says he's going to go first, and Juice is like, no, I'm going to go first. And he starts walking. Everyone's shitting themselves. He's like, clear. And then Chibs and Jax are just staring at him like, what in the fuck is this guy doing? And Juice isn't even trying to hide it anymore.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know what, fuck it, if I get blown up, if I go out like Kozik, so be it.
Yeah, so be it. Clay then tells to give Kozik's cut back to his brother Lee. Juice then kind of like hears about this and he's like, holy fuck, we've just lost another guy. He goes off on one of his fucking rants. Onsor then shows up. He then tells Clay, I know you killed Piney. You tried to kill Tara. But if you ever touch Gemma again, I'll kill him. And then Clay's like, cancer gives a man a certain resolve, huh? Nothing more dangerous than a man who already knows he's dead.
Clay sticking the boot in there.
Sons has like about 1 million quotes an episode here.
It does.
He twisted this was the verbal twisting of the knife.
It was. It's like you're already dead.
Yeah. This was a decent threat for Unser, but Clay just hit him with the haymaker.
He did.
I mean, honestly, like what was...
Unser had no counter punch.
No, he did, man. Honestly, nothing. Then I thought we were going to get a gay scene. Juice is in the bathroom. Chibs barges in, locks the door behind them. He's like, what's going on with you, brother? Juice finally breaks down and admits to the sheriff, he's been riding me. My dad, he's black. And Chibs is like, so fucking what, big man?
What about the rules? What does it say on your birth certificate?
He's like, it says I'm a spick. Well,
Then you're a spick. It's a spick you are. So you tell Roosevelt that he can go and suck your dad's big black bobby.
Then they have a couple of guys looking at that bathroom.
This is fucking gay. How about here? I'm leaving. And then Juice kind of breaks down and picks up his phone, checking in. It's fucking sad though, man. It is sad that Juice has got himself in such deep shit, killed a member, stolen, ratted out on his club, when it was so fucking avoidable.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even if his birth certificate said black,
it wouldn't change anything.
I think there's a way. You're definitely not looking at Mr. I think there's a way he doesn't even get kicked out the club.
No. Yeah.
Yo, how's fucking Juice? Maybe Juice doesn't know what his birth certificate says. I just don't. I don't think for 1 second they kick him out the club.
I just couldn't even imagine. Like, he's been loyal for like a decade. I just couldn't imagine the conversation that gets him put out. It wouldn't make any sense. Like honestly, like what would they? What way would it be worded? Like what would happen?
No, I know. I think he's just jumped the gun and
like would Clay be sitting there? I know Clay's off the rails, but let's just say he's level minded. Would he be like, I know Juice has been a loyal brother, but the rules are the rules, and his birth certificate says he's black, so fuck him. Remember, Charming Heights, no blacks.
Transfer to the Niners.
Oh yeah, I just don't see
Niners patch over.
I just don't see a world right where Juice doesn't stay. But anyway, it's some shots for Kozik time. And this is all going brilliant. Tig then tells Clay that Georgie couldn't stop Charming Heights. Clay then picks up his 10 shots and just goes into the fucking clubhouse and shuts the doors, and everyone looks at him like, damn it. Right, then we get Lincoln Potter. He speaks with Otto. Otto says he's going to sign off on everything, but not until Lenny gets his privileges, which Lincoln Potter says, I can't help but ask, if you're turning over the rest of your club, then why the concern for Lenny Janowitz? And Otto's like, you wouldn't understand. And Lincoln's like, I wish that wasn't true. Is this because he's part of the Big House crew? Or is this...
I think so. I think maybe... I think he just realises and he can relate to the fact that it's not the same when you're inside and that the club basically do forget about you and you go through a lot of shite and you basically give up your life for the club. And I just think Otto wants to try and repay Lenny.
Yeah. I think Otto's been done that. I actually think that's one of the most justifying rats going.
I wouldn't consider this a rat, to be fair.
Aye, it's fucking...
If anything, the club ratted on him, feeding him fucking lie after lie after lie.
Absolute horse shit. Right. Then we get Opie telling Jax that here, things with Lila are over. He then tells Jax that here, I didn't stay in the club with what you said. I stayed because I knew being anything other than being in the club would be horse shit. But I think Jax just comes across as cheap. He's like, yeah, you know what? I told you to get it. You didn't, but now I'm getting it, so I'm sorry everything that happened to you did. I can totally see why Opie's pissed off with him.
You know what, Opie? I let this club ruin your life, but I'm not gonna let it ruin mine. That's basically what Jax is saying here.
Yeah, for his best friend, Opie then gets up, he's like, right, I'm gonna go get Piney, I'm gonna go get my dad. He's like, he's gonna be in no condition to ride. Unser's like, yeah, you
probably
might,
not.
You might be right, buddy. Tig then notices Gemma's face. I don't know how he did, unrecognisable.
Didn't mean anybody wrong walking into the clubhouse.
Yeah, he then storms into Clay, and we notice the Sergeant arm patch is not on his cut anymore.
This is a massive moment in Sons, I think.
Yeah,
And you got Tig taking off the... This felt bigger to me than Jax taking off the VP.
aye, because I think because I think it was like, right, well, Jax isn't actually leaving. I think here, well, like, fuck Tig. I don't see how
Well, it's not really that. I just think Tig has always been loyal to Clay. Whereas Jax has had his moments where he was like, Team Clay, Team anyone
No,
but Clay.
we will put this up for a poll, but who would Clay have wanted as his new sergeant? No, obviously,
Maybe another question is, who would have wanted to be a sergeant?
that's the
Now, I
problem.
think Kozik could have made a decent one, but obviously he's dead. I think Chibs has got that loyalty to Jax that I think he would be conflicted if he was a sergeant, so I don't think he would do it. I mean, probably Happy.
Yeah, I think the only guy would be
I think
happy.
Happy's only... Bobby wouldn't want it,
No.
and Clay wouldn't want Bobby. Juice is just not in the right place. Piney, a couple of episodes too late for him.
Piney wouldn't be Clay's number 2. The sergeant needs to be Abel.
A sergeant's supposed to protect him. Take a bullet for him.
Yeah.
Fucking Piney go there. Take a fucking shot of oxygen for him.
Yeah, and you know, there's a very sad scene here. Tig leaves. Gemma's then standing at TM.
Here. What about Ope?
I think he'll be. Maybe a season
Ope's
2.
a pretty big guy.
He could have done it.
More mass to take the bullets.
Yeah, we'll put it up for a poll. Maybe Phelan will win it, right? But we've got Gemma at TM. We've got Clay standing at the clubhouse door. They look at each other. She closes the door. He closes the door. And he starts fucking greeting. Trump won the election.
Damn it, Big Donny T.
But this is good writing, because I think you actually feel sorry for Clay.
I always felt sorry for Clay, like, as much as he was a dick.
Because I think at this point he realises that he's completely shut everyone away. Like, he's killed Piney. He's tried to kill Tara. His wife's going to leave him. I'm not saying he's bothered about his relationship with Unser, but that's in the dust, right? Bobby and Tig want nothing to do with him. Tig's literally just cut off his cut. And the whole club's hanging by a fucking thread.
Yeah, he's not got many friends left at this point.
No, he really doesn't. Like, it's all over for him. But then Opie arrives at the cabin, and I tell you what, Piney smelt like pish before. What would he have smelt like here? 3 days dead.
Damn, man. Get some Febreze in that cabin.
Oh my god, he says, oh my god, and they're gags. He's like, whoa.
Good reflexes, though.
He's like, Dad, oh my god. He almost like checks for a pulse. Like, guy's clearly fucking dead, come on.
Guy's stone fucking cold.
Stone cold. Unser
Down.
then, like, opens the door the loudest way possible. It's like, what are you doing here? Did you know about this? He's like, it wasn't the Mexicans. It was Clay. Clay killed your old man. And then, if Opie just didn't need enough, you know, motivation to kill Clay, basically points out, like, sure, remember he killed your wife? He's killed your dad, and he's going to kill someone else you love, so you got to kill him. And Opie's face here is fucking beetroot. Isn't it?
Yeah, he's not happy, like.
Seriously, like, it is absolute beetroot. He wants to fucking kill somebody. And what a cliffhanger. This is a cliffhanger. What an episode.
This is how you end an episode.
Because honestly, like, you feel like at this point, I like shit like this where you feel like there's no coming back for some characters. And, like, shit's going to hit the fan no matter what next episode. And you know what? Next episode may end in a cliffhanger, but it delivers.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm going to give this episode a 9.
9 for me.
We lost a lot of good characters, and the club is spiraling. I mean, no one can defend the cartel for at this stage of the game.
No, the cartel fault was... I mean, if the officer challenge happened now, I don't see a Clay wins.
No, I can't. So let's hit me with the quote and the MVP.
So yeah, the quote of the episode goes to Mr. Chibs. with good. I can't wait to blow the shit out of these greasy bastards. Obviously referring to the rocket launchers that they got off of the Irish. And we're giving the MVP to Opie. I thought Opie had a lot of good scenes in this, not only at the end when he discovered his father's dead body, but also with Jackson discussing why he stayed in the club and him falling out with Jackson having a heart-to-heart. So yeah, I thought a lot of good Opie stuff in this episode.
Yeah, I think Opie, I would say that around this time, the Opie's, spoiler, unfortunate death is probably his best period in the show.
Yeah, it's just a shame they killed him.
Yeah.
I don't think Opie had to go.
That earlier in general. Good Chibs, but who would you rather die over, Opie? What?
None of the ones that were in there, like.
Could that have been Kozik's spot? But then Kozik's spot wouldn't have the weight.
True. No, I get that.
I think it had to be Opie.
Plus, I think if Kozik's in there with the rest of them, it's fucking obvious it's Kozik.
Yeah.
Where I see it first time watching it, like, I mean,
would Jackson gave himself up for Kozik? Even my lemon-headed sucker.
No, I think Jax would have. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's the code of the
See,
club.
that's what a president does. I'm not convinced Clay would.
No, I think Clay would have just picked someone.
Yeah, I think he went. I'm an A.
I think he would have probably picked Chibs.
Aye.
Well, obviously, not after what happened with Opie and him, but if you cut out the whole Opie finding out about Piney, I feel like Clay was getting closer to Opie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like Chibs has always kind of been on Jax's side, and I think Clay realises that.
Yeah, I tell you what, on that officer challenge, if he heard what Chibs would have said, maybe it would definitely have swayed it. But anyway, it's a 9 out of 10. 3 more episodes to go. Shit's hitting the fan. But until next time, R.I.P. Kozik and Georgie.